the people that picked up a microphone and recorded in a professional studio, out of all of the people that had dreams to make it in entertainment, Dr. Dre rose to the highest of all of the ranks. And when you're that high on the charts, when you're selling platinum records and you're a platinum producer, you know what's gonna happen before it even happened. They said Dr. Dre is the one that called the hit on Eazy-E. The rumor is Dr. Dre orchestrated everything that went down with Eazy-E, allegedly. That's what happened. And when it comes to Death Row Records, Dr. Dre got out of there before it exploded, before he hit the detonator. And that's why he named his new record label Aftermath, because he knew that Death Row was gonna be blown to smithereens. Not only the record label, but the people that was a part of the label. Snoop Dogg was able to get away. Tupac lost his life. Suge Knight shot in the head. All of the Crips and Bloods that was around there in jail or dead. With this Keefe D trial, they're doing a whole lot of talking. They're peeking around corners. There's individuals that don't want to get caught up in this. Suge Knight is in jail, but he's still talking. It's a possibility, allegedly, Dr. Dre has something to do with the passing of Tupac Shakur. I don't know. That's what people saying online. Make sure y'all do me a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification button too. Without further ado, y'all need to listen at this.
No, Pac say without no great gay ass Dre, man. It was all kind of stuff being said. You heard, you was there, so you know what was that like.
My head like a turtle.
You was like, what the hell is going on?
Like I'm the straightest nigga in the room.
What was that like, man? Like that time period, man.
Man, you talking about Dre? You know, it was funny. You know what I mean? It was funny because the shit that Pac was the best at antagonizing people. And
he just flipped like that? Like they were kicking it on California Love and everything.
I think he kind of felt Pac kind of felt that Dre wasn't participating with, you know, the artists as much, and you know, everybody should be working and nobody bigger than the next nigga around here, and you know, and Dre was when Dre came to the studio, it was like, you know, the dean is here, or
he was,
you know,
was he arrogant and cocky?
Quiet in the hallways. I don't know, but you better act like he was.
Wow, that is amazing when you really think about it, y'all. How Tupac went off on Dr. Dre like that. Like Dre ain't got feelings. Like he don't hurt. Like he don't feel pain. Tupac outed him in front of everybody. That had to sting. That's enough to make somebody want to kill somebody, especially when they killed before. Because Eazy-E was talking that same trap about Dr. Dre and Dre Day and Slay Day, and he was just going on with the insults. And before you know it, Eazy-E was dead. So you could bark up plenty of trees in hip-hop, but that Dr. Dre tree, everybody that barked up it wound up getting got. And Tupac just so happened to be one of them people. This Keefe D trial is exposing a lot of things about the music industry. It's happening right now. And there's some stuff I didn't know that when I found it out, I couldn't believe how twisted the entertainment industry really is. Listen to this.
You're aware that there have been some conspiracy theories that Reggie Wright Jr. is responsible for the murder of Tupac.
And it's so not true. His father was implicated, and his father had something to do with it. Reggie Wright used to be a police officer. And here again, I've been knowing Reggie Wright over 50 years. His daddy, as a police officer.
Yeah, and police officers are some of the most crookedest ones in California. We all seen Training Day. So putting it out there that his father is a Compton police officer, that don't mean nothing. Suge had plenty of police officers working for Death Row. I hate to see this man whistling through his teeth, telling stories. Now Dr. Dre is shook because people mentioning celebrities, and you know he's a part of Death Row. There's no way this trial is going to end without Dr. Dre being mentioned in that courtroom. And the more they itch and the more they scratch and look into his departure from Death Row, and how he been moving over the years. Killed Tupac and signed 50 Cent. 50 Cent go on to sell tens of millions of records. For Aftermath, Suge Knight is not in the picture. Get rid of one Pac, come back with another Pac that got shot more times than Pac. If that's not capitalizing, I don't know what is. I'm not saying that Dr. Dre pulled the trigger, and I'm not saying that he put a hit out on Tupac, but when you really think about it, when Tupac stormed off on those dudes and got the beating on them in that casino, I got a feeling Tupac had a premonition that these are the guys that's going to take my life, so I might as well whoop their ass while I still got the strength. Because the way he was beating on that boy, it was like he stole something, but I feel like Pac knew that they was coming for him that night, so while he can still get a lick, he got his last lick in before they got to shooting. That's just how I feel about it.
Controlling my neighborhood. He done took me to jail many times when I messed up. If Reggie killed Tupac, then Death Row is over with. Tupac was the money source. Tupac was that guy at Death Row. So Reggie would have had a problem if he would have did that. And Suge, I truly believe Suge would have opened his mouth if Reggie betrayed him like that. So people say what they want to say.
Do you stick around in Las Vegas or do you go back to Compton?
Well, I stayed in Vegas and we left that morning because we knew we was going to have.
His memory not that good, y'all. I'm trying to tell you, it's not. These are paid actors. This is a whole career. They're getting paid more than Hollywood actresses and actors. This is the new HBO with these trials and stuff. The music, they can't produce music like they used to, but they can still tell them old stories. And the world is listening. I always was a Dr. Dre fan. One of my most favorite Dr. Dre songs. I'm gonna share it with y'all in a minute. But could Tupac really rap? Who was a better rapper? Was Dr. Dre a better rapper than Tupac? Think about it, man. Every Dr. Dre song you heard, bar for bar. Was Tupac dropping bombs like that? Think about it, man. Tupac had some good songs. But as far as them bars go, was he going toe-to-toe with Dr. Diggity Dre? I don't know. I'm going to share something with y'all real quick. Look at this, y'all. Because Dr. Dre might be the coldest lyricist in hip-hop history. Look, we're going to get back to the Keefe D trial. He said, yeah, what up? This is Dr. Dre. The party's going on. Thank God it's Friday. Boyaka shy. Boyaka shy. Y'all get, I'm gonna have to drink some water for this, man. Cause this man is a legend. And if you ain't never peeped his flow, gonna take about 2-3 minutes to peep his flow real quick, and y'all let me know if Tupac ever spit anything like this. He said, funk you right on up. So get up and get a move on and get your groove on. It's the DRE, the spectacular. In the party, I go for your neck, so call me Dracula. He ain't even say, he said Blackula. I gotta run it back. Funk you right on up. So get up and get your move on and get your groove on. It's the DRE, the spectacular. In the party, I go for your neck, so call me Blackula. As I drain a nigga's jugular vein and maintain and leave blood stains, so don't complain. Just chill, listen to the beats I spill. Keeping it real enables me to make another meal. Still, niggas run up and try to kill at will, but get popped like a pimple. So call me Clearasil. Oh, come on, man. Bars, bars, bars after bars. He was the first West Coast battle rapper. He said, I wipe niggas off the face of the earth since birth. I've been a bad nigga. Now let me tell you what I'm worth. More than a stealth bomber, I cause drama, the enforcer. Music floats like a flying saucer, yeah. Or a 747 jet, never forget. I'm that nigga that keep the whole panties wet. The mic get smoked once you hear the beat kick. With grooves so funky, they should come with a speed stick. Ooh. Tupac could never. He said 1, 2 for the crew, and 3, 4 for the dough. 5 for the hoes, hoes 6, 7, 8 for death row. Mad niggas about to feel the full effect of intellect so I can collect respect plus a check. Now I finna get into my mental. We'll take care of this business I need to attend to cause my rent's due. And this rap ish, my meal ticket. So goddamn right I'ma kick it or get evicted. I bring terror like Stephen King, a black Casanova, running niggas over like Christine. When I rock the spot with the flavor I got, I get plenty of ass, so call me an astronaut. I'm done, man. That's all I needed to see. And with that being said, there's a possibility that Dr. Dre is a better lyricist than Tupac Shakur. But we could save that for a whole nother video. We got to get into this Keefe trial because they're mentioning names. They talking about Daz. They talking about Corrupt. They talking about the Dog Pound. They don't mention Snoop Dogg a whole bunch of times. So we got to dive into this, man, because it's a lot of people that need to be in jail. Keefe D shouldn't be the only one, getting persecuted in court. So we got to get into this real fast.
Investigations into him. That was new information to me.
Told the warden, we got out here, he's a serial killer. I'm like, oh, fuck. You know what I'm saying? Kill them rappers.
How did it, evolve? You guys were cool and then you hung out a lot together?
When these people come to California, usually we would meet up and have fun. I was a baller, in fact, I was doing better than him back then.
Hold on, wait a minute. Help me understand this. When Keefe D was dealing with Puffy back in the day, he was the millionaire. He had more money than Puff on the West Coast. So when Diddy came around Keefe D, he had to bow down and kiss the ring. And he was gang connected, so Diddy probably was kissing his ass for real. What type of relationship he had with Diddy? Because you know that boy liked to party and you got to tell him no. But it don't sound like Keefe D was telling him no. It sound like they had a fruitful relationship. Hold on, y'all.
Shit. Fun, man.
Did he ever talk about Suge?
He said, I was a baller back then. I had millions. In fact, I was doing better than him. Having fun, homie. He said, did you ever talk about Suge? Did he ever talk about being scared of the bullshit, going back and forth with the East Coast, West Coast? He said he didn't talk about that till later on in our relationship. What that mean? When do we get to that spot? That place where you guys were talking about that. Then he said, yeah, me and my boy Big Zip was rolling up, going to the club one night. Okay, let's see what else.
Talk about getting scared.
You fucked up. Is that?
I said, did he ever talk about Suge? Did he ever talk about being scared and getting all the bullshit, go back and forth, the East Coast, West Coast shit?
You talked about that till later on in our relationship.
That's right. Well, that's what I mean. When did we get to that spot, that place, when you guys were talking about that?
I remember my boy Zip was rolling up, he was going to the club one night, rolling up green leaf in the neighborhood. His phone rang. I guess they must have fucking played it. Something, I don't know. He's like, man, let me speak to Keefe. I got on the phone. What's up, dog? He's like, man, I'm giving a concert out there. If you want to tour on the West Coast. That's when we was taking school to come out there. I said, why it wouldn't be cool? He like, the big CEO guy. CEO guy? He like, yeah, the big guy. I knew what he was talking about. He was like a cold word for sure. So I guess I was kind of scared of the guy. So we went to the Irvine Meadows. It was something.
Oh, this is Irvine.
He had the hottest song out in the world. You know what I'm saying? Shit, that song was one.
Hold on, wait. Biggie had the hottest song in the world. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I think I saw him. It was One More Chance. So when One More Chance was popping, they had to go to the West Coast to do a show. And Diddy was scared because Suge Knight and them was gonna be there. So he called up Keefe D. And Keefe and the Crips was on stage with Biggie and Diddy and them. So the Bloods ain't want to do nothing to him. So he said, one more chance. We bugging on the stage. And Suge was right there. So I came off the stage and he asked me, how you know them? The same way I know you. And he took it as that. So that's what Keefe D said when Suge Knight asked him how he know Puff. He said, I know them the same way I know you. Through the streets. And Suge left it alone. He ain't want to push the line. Said the same way I know you, and he took it as that. Then after that, we went to San Diego concert. A lot of broads. In fact, the Dallas Cowboys stayed at the same hotel we stayed at. So that was cool. Deion Sanders, Alckmin, and all them bros were all around them. Because them and Dallas Cowboys, especially for Troy Aikman, you know what I'm saying? So they went traveling with Diddy now. So when they was doing shows, they was bringing the West Coast Crips with them, cuh. And they was having a ball in them hotel rooms. You know Diddy was freaking off with them gangsters.
Boogie on the stage. Suge was right there. So I came off the stage, he asked me, man, how you know that? Same way I know you. After that, we went to the San Diego concert. Matter of fact, the Dallas Cowboys stayed in the same hotel we stayed in.
He looking like I talk too fucking much. He discussed it with himself. Like, damn, I don't remember saying all that. Yeah, dude, you talk too damn much.
God, he's telling all the same details as he did 10 years ago.
Amazing. All the balls would go all around that motherfucker for the Dallas Cowboys.
Football team, everything.
Ready for Troy Aikman. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if we're going to get you in trouble or not, but the balls were all around the yeah. Then we went to the Anaheim. That was on the Halloween night.
Perfect. Halloween.
Halloween night. We're cool there too.
And he just give you passes for everyone. Like everyone would go concerts.
Y'all just go to the tickets with the little homies. I was riding in the van. I was on the stage with him every time.
You get to hang out with Big E, obviously. Right?
Yeah, Biggie was cool. Cool dude and everything like that.
So when did Puffy start talking about, you know, Suge on a real serious level?
You back there? Oh, we already established that.
Yeah.
Now, what'd you say?
I said, when did he start talking about Suge, like on a real serious level? Puffy.
Oh, being scared of Suge?
Well, or doing something more than that.
I ain't really comfortable talking about that right now.
Wow. He said he don't feel comfortable talking about when Puffy was talking about Suge Knight. But do he feel comfortable talking about Dr. Dre though? And what he had to do with everything. He wasn't just making the beats. He was pulling strings behind the scenes. He was cool with Easy back in the day, and we all know he was a Crip. Was Dr. Dre a Crip? That's what we need to know. That could solve this whole case. Because if Snoop Dogg a Crip, and Dr. Dre a Crip, and Nate Dogg a Crip, da-da-da-da-da, it's the motherfucking D-O-double-G. Da-da-da-da-da, you know I'm mobbing with the D-R-E. So if they mobbing together, the same way Tupac was mobbing with Suge Knight, Neckbone, Heron, and Danny Boy, and they was representing the Bloods, and when Corrupt get on the song, and they talking about mobbing with the DR. Oh, no, don't tell me they this. As soon as I got my most shining moment, they want to disconnect my that ain't right, man. My most shining moment, they want to disconnect my I'm going to pick up where I left off. If Snoop Dogg is a Crip, and Dr. Dre got to be a Crip, if Daz Corrupt, the whole D-O-double-G gang, DPG, PCP, whatever they repping, if they was all Crips, then that means it's a possibility that Dr. Dre was a Crip too. And since the Crips took out Suge Knight and Tupac in Las Vegas, and Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg was at odds with Tupac and Suge Knight, why is it when Death Row get divided between Crips and Bloods, Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre don't want nothing to do with it no more? And when Snoop Dogg went up to Hot 97 and they asked him if he was cool with Biggie and Tupac, he's cool with Biggie and Diddy. He said right there, Snoop Dogg said right there in front of Tupac that he ain't got no problems with Puff. He ain't got no problems with Biggie. And that's the reason why Pac started beefing with Snoop. But the reason why Snoop didn't want to have no problems with Diddy and Biggie is because he knew that they was connected with the Crips. And since he a Crip, how he gonna go against his own gang when Tupac repping them be? I'm pretty sure if Tupac was repping the Crip gang, it would have been harder for Diddy to get at Tupac because they not gonna go against their own or whatever. If anything, the Crips would have been trying to get at Puffy back then. But when you mix Dr. Dre and all of this, niggas with attitudes, if Eazy-E was a Crip, if MC Ren was a Crip, then what do that make Dr. Dre and Ice Cube? And Ice Cube been giving Crip innuendos his whole entire career. All his music videos, he wearing blue. So it's safe to say that NWA is a Crip gang. Suge took his woman. He took Miss Chalet, put a baby in her. Took Dr. Dre's baby mama. Suge did it. Suge Knight took Dr. Dre's baby mother, put a baby in her while they was still running Death Row together. If that's not betrayal, I don't know what is. And then they said, Tupac, they was freaking off with Miss Chalet. The baby might be Tupac baby, allegedly. We don't know. But if Dr. Dre is shook, he got every reason to be shook because it's a possibility that he gonna be going to jail, y'all. I just wanted to make this video to let y'all know what was going on. And y'all let me know how y'all feel about this in the comment section, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel too, hit that notification button. Dr. Dre, if you listening, man, I will be shook too. I will be scared because you just never know what's gonna happen.